our listeners wrote in some questions. So first one is...
Are these food related?
Some are, some aren't.
All right.
How do you have so much energy? I'm a 70-year-old Nana and losing energy. Any advice?
I have no advice. Everybody's body is very, very different. And nobody's going to follow my diet anymore, so it doesn't matter. I just think...
Yours doesn't come from diet maybe, but you're getting it from... where is your energy coming from?
My energy is just coming from enjoying life. I mean, that you just have, and if you get tired with the grandchildren, which, when you get over a certain age, it's hard to get on the floor. I don't think when I had my fourth grandchild, I couldn't get on the floor and play. And there's nothing terrible about that. You know what? Sit on a chair and then the child will come to you or whatever. I don't think you should get discouraged. Maybe have a little bit of a rest in between playing with the children. It's just part of aging.
Danielle, any thoughts?
I do. I feel like there's so much you can do. To me, 70 is young.
Oh, I'm glad you're saying that.
I do. I think there's so much more life left to live at 70. Mm-hmm. I think now we have the opportunity with so much information that we have of how to feel better, live longer. Like I would make sure to be eating a lot of anti-inflammatory foods. That's a good idea. So like sweet potatoes, amazing. Mm-hmm. Lentil, like you could do a great lentil soup for lunch. Like that's incredible for your bones and for different vitamins and plant protein. Even taking anti-inflammatory supplements like a turmeric supplement would be amazing for energy. And just making sure you're fueling yourself. I think when you get older, and especially with women's hormones after menopause, you start to have a decrease in appetite.
Right. Correct.
And that can also lead to like a malnutrition. So to make sure that even if you're forcing yourself to have an extra snack during the day, and I think a great way to do that is like a smoothie. You can make a smoothie, add like a protein powder. You could do like a sweet potato even for a snack. I love doing that.
That's a good one.
Even just like a healthy cracker with hummus. Great extra snack.
Yeah.
So a little extra snack, a turmeric supplement, fresh air.
And now turmeric everybody's using to lose weight. That's become a big thing on the internet.
I don't know if that's to lose weight though.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
I haven't seen that either.
Oh, turmeric, baking soda, and ginger in coffee. That's the big thing now.
What do you mean? How do you know that?
Because I see it on my feed every day.
Baking soda and coffee.
Baking soda,
terrible.
coffee, turmeric, and cinnamon.
You'll have to try on your next podcast. You have to try that.
Yeah,
do a taste
I think it's a
They're
health
losing
hazard.
40 pounds a month.
No, you're buying into whatever that is. Okay, next question is, what are some qualities to look for in a best girlfriend?
Qualities. I think when you develop a friendship, it's more about a long-standing friendship, not just somebody you casually have lunch with and then they disappear, but somebody who's been in your life for many, many years. It's about loyalty, giving, caring for each other, and not expecting anything in return. It's a mutual caring would be my word. And it happens, but it's very rare.
I think also like without overthinking someone's qualities,
Right.
Like the actual chemistry you have as friends, like do you have fun with them?
Right.
Do like you have interesting conversations? Those kind of things. But a best friend probably is that
I don't
confiding.
I don't even know if it's interesting conversations. It becomes over experiences together over long term. Because you don't always agree, let's say, on who you're dating or what you're eating or what show you like. But it is the continuing relationship. So you can, and respecting each other's points of view and the ability to just say, oh, who cares? We love each other anyway.
And also, like you need to trust your gut about who's a good friend.
Right.
You know who's not a good friend to you.
Right.
Do they care about you? Do they ask you about yourself when they see you? Do they just talk about themselves the whole time? Are they like, how's your family? Like, what's going on with you? Oh, you told me about that new job you started. Like, how's it going?
Totally.
So do they care about you? Do they show up for you? Are you sick and are they bring you soup? It's like the little things. Do they check in on you? If you lose someone in your family, do they come to the funeral? Like, it's over time how they treat you and how they show up for you.
Yeah.
And too, like if you overhear that they're gossiping about
judging.
you and no judging.
No judging.
Yeah. And that they are honest with you and also someone who always includes you. no matter what. Like, I feel like there are so many times girls ask, oh, like I was excluded from this hangout. Like, you don't want to be friends with that girl.
Right.
Like, be with someone who always wants to include you in everything.
Correct.
Right. Totally.
Good advice.
I think there's some friendships which I never understand where like they say, oh, I'm having dinner with this other girl this night. Can we do a different night? And it's like, why not all combine and go out together? And like, I think you notice those kind of things with friends for sure.
100%.
Okay, last one. I still love my ex-boyfriend of almost 5 years. How do I move on?
Oh my gosh. I think I've answered this question before. First of all, there's something wrong with the person to be in love with somebody for 5 years and still in that same position. You know, you never forget a first love. This could be 60 years later or 70 years later, but you can't be frozen in time with this person. Love has to be reciprocal. You have to have both people in it. And if it's only on one side, this is not love. This is like almost
obsession of some sort, which like in a non-judgmental way, sometimes you get into that mindset and it's really hard to get out of. And like that's working on yourself and figuring out.
Somebody giving you hard, tough love and saying enough is enough.
Well, I think that's your way of doing it. But I think like having, like you actually seeing it for yourself is what's going to change it. Sometimes of like, wait, I want someone who loves me back and wants to be with me is what I think like kind of changes that thought process.
She's sitting in this relationship for 5 years.
I feel like this girl needs some tangible tips.
Exactly.
You know, I feel like if you're still following him on social,
That's
block
correct.
him. You don't want to see his stuff. Delete his number. Don't watch his Instagram story. You know how many girls watch their ex's Instagram stories and they're watching him with another girl or seeing what he's doing. And that's not healthy. Like you don't want to see them with someone else. You need to not look at them on stories, on Snapchat. Like you don't want to see their day to day so that they need to be out of sight, out of mind so that you can move on.
For sure.
And you need to put yourself out there. Like it sounds like she hasn't even really been putting herself
we don't have enough background, but I totally
info.
agree in that like definitely be open to connections with other people and like be going on dates because otherwise you're always going to think, well, if I want to experience love, it's with that person.
Right.
Which just isn't.
But that person seems to be out of the picture, so she better really move on.
And you have to know you broke up for a reason.
Right.
And
don't forget that.
Things are ended for a reason.
Right.
And he hasn't reached back out. It's been 5 years, so you deserve better.
Yes,
right.
exactly.
That's the best answer.